Although Tesla may be the leading EV company today, Tesla was not the first to invent the electric car, nor was it the first to manufacture it. Still, Tesla remains to be leading the pack in the EV industry. That said, many other automakers, including established and legendary automakers, are now joining the fray. While it's highly unusual for a car manufacturer to slash the MSRP of a vehicle after a launch, that's exactly what happened to the 4 best-selling electric vehicles in the US after Ford joined Tesla in announcing major price cuts. In late January, Ford Motor announced plans to increase production and cut prices of its electric Mustang Mach-E crossover, a couple of weeks after Tesla announced similar plans for its EVs. The automaker said it will lower the pricing of the Mach-E, which is comparable to Tesla's Model Y, by an average of about $4,500 depending on the model. The reductions range from $600 to $5,900, compared with Tesla's price cuts of up to $13,000 on its Model Y in January. It can be noted that Wall Street analysts and investors largely applauded Tesla's price reductions as a way to drum up demand and increase sales, despite concerns the move would erode some profits. Analysts expected Tesla's cuts to put pressure on other automakers to cut their own prices. In Ford's case, the price cuts will mean not all Mach-E models will be profitable on a per-unit basis, according to Marin Gaja, Chief Customer Officer of Ford's electric vehicle business. He said Mach-E production is expected to increase from 78,000 vehicles to 130,000 units annually. "We are responding to changes in the marketplace," Gaja said during a media briefing, referencing the new federal EV incentives and Tesla's price cuts. "As we look and want to stay competitive in the marketplace, we're having to respond." Ford's move followed after Tesla announced earlier that month that it will cut prices by up to a fifth across the US and Europe to stimulate demand for its cars amid an economic slowdown and increased competition in the sector. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives said, "It's the start of a price war that Tesla began a few weeks ago, and Ford will sacrifice margins to get more volume. Ford needs to be aggressive and not focused on margins in the near term, because it's an EV arms race that's playing out right now." In January, Tesla announced price cuts in the US of up to $13,000 across its entire model range. It's worth noting that the company reduced prices on its vehicles in China in October and in early January. The said price reductions prompted Mercedes-Benz to lower the price of some of its electric models there, and also triggered protest from some Tesla customers to protest the cuts. I've said the Mustang Mach-E is a direct competitor with Tesla's Model Y SUV, and Ford's price cuts were a direct response to those of its EV rival. On the other hand, Ford claimed that the updated pricing was part of its plan to keep the SUV competitive in a rapidly changing market, and would strengthen its position as the number 2 US EV manufacturer. Arguably, Tesla ranks first. Simply put, Tesla's announcement of price cuts for its electric vehicles is forcing some other automakers to follow suit, and Ford is one company trying to remain competitive with Tesla as it recently announced price cuts to its Mustang Mach-E. The Mach-E is the 3rd best-selling electric vehicle in the US, behind Tesla's Model 3 and Model Y, and Ford is the 2nd best automaker behind Tesla. Tesla announced it would reduce both models' prices in mid-January due to slowing sales and the EV tax credit. By lowering its price, some of Tesla's vehicles will qualify for the tax credit, as the car needs to cost $55,000 or less. Ford's reduction of the price of the Mach-E is a natural response to remain competitive and push its model higher up the ranks of best-selling EVs. However, the price cuts on the Mach-E mean that Ford will lose money on some, but not all, of their EVs. As it is, profitability on the Mach-E has been irregular due to swings in commodity costs. In fact, sometime in 2022, Ford lost money on each Mach-E it sold, although it has regained profits as inflationary pressures have eased. Overall, many believe that Ford's recent move to reduce the price of their EVs to compete with Tesla backfires as they are losing money with each vehicle they sell. Subscribe for more.